Hello, once again, this is Dave, and this book goes way back. The book you see before you, uh, several decades, in fact. When I was a kid, we had one summer, we had quite an adventure. Several times we'd go out to Frenchman's Bar, climb over the dunes there, pick what looked like the shallowest ascent point over the dunes there, and head out to a little sandbar which we called our island. And we must have gone out there 4 or 5 times. The last time it was this sandbar, as it was more commonly known, was gone. But for several weeks we were quite taken by our little island, our little discovery out there on the Columbia River, and we would get there and wade out, in the foot or two deep river that was between the bank and our little island, and go out there, and my brother and I would throw rocks and pretend that there was an invasion and other hijinks that I'm sure I annoyed my brother and sisters with. And the last time we went, it was gone. The sandbar had been washed away by the Columbia River, and we had to spend our time on the shore. And then several weeks later, must have been August or September, I was summoned to the basement in our house on H Street, and my mom was there in a painting shirt, an old oversized shirt that she had, and she said, "David, I want you to draw a picture of something that happened on our island, something that you saw on the island." And I was mystified. I had no idea what I might draw, and I was very unenthused about this art project. I thought I only had to do that stuff in school, not at home. So she gave me a few suggestions. One suggestion was the footprints of the birds, and there you see before you the result of my endeavor into interpreting the seagull prints that were in the sand there on our little island. And it literally took me about 3 minutes to draw those 3 little V's. And I think my mom provided the background there, that nice almost sunset type of coloring, and I provided the footprints of the seagulls in the sand. But anyway, it's a delightful little book. I've removed the binding so I could share it a little more easily. And there's the cover by Dave. And then inside the little book there is a dedication to David from Mommy. And it says, "To remember the fun we had on our island in the Columbia River, June 1966. Our little island. Our little island in the river wide, water on every side. Logs and debris washed in from the sea, made into our island home. Sand to sift, muddy clay, made into pies for our feast. Tugboats and barges splash our shore. Wind and sun play games. In the front yard, backyard, on every side. Our island playground, wet and wild." And then we have of course, the back cover, which is very similar. And this was ingeniously made from a grocery bag and some crayons, and I think there was even some shellac involved. So there's our island story, and a wonderful memory from, let's say it, 52 years ago. And there's the book. So the adventure wouldn't have happened if my mom hadn't been willing to pile 4 kids into the car and drive out to the river, and wouldn't have been remembered unless she had had the creativity to come up with this little book. I do need to replace the binding. I have a ribbon that I've bound the book with, and it's worn out a couple times, so I do need to get a new ribbon to bind that, or string, or whatever might work. So thanks, Mom. And this is a belated Mother's Day. Thank you. So I do thank you for being a great mom, and happy Mother's Day. Love you.